And happy Thanksgiving to all. Welcome to Top Rope Spoilers, a subsidiary of Mania Club. It's been a bit, but we're hoping everybody has eaten well, been merry, been thankful for everything that they've got, and also having a great time with family and friends. We certainly have. I'm Steve.
Alyssa.
And Kia.
And if you don't know our names, it's now helpful because if you actually look up at the top or right below me, now our names are on our little cameras now. So now we can not only know who we are, but also who we can move around, who we pick as well. So that helps out.
What is it green?
We are on there. No, it's red.
Mine's red.
You're pink.
Yours is purple.
Mine's
because you love purple.
I see yours.
And Steven's is yours is right there.
Oh, there it is, right there. I didn't see it with that one. Okay, all right.
Jeez.
Green is hilarious.
I'm looking at my looking at myself in here. I may have indulged a little too much. I'm sitting here looking like the damn Michelin mummy.
Well, we didn't want to say nothing, but since you put yourself out there
Jeez,
like
you ain't
that,
gotta. I don't need the backup on this.
I'm about to pull the girl my cheek.
Lord have mercy. You should just go act asleep. But either way, well, we're gonna move through this real quick because it's Thanksgiving. We don't want to, take up too much of y'all's time, but. Busy schedules, successful business women over here. So, proud of both of them. Paint Cleaning, #1 cleaning company in South Metro, 2 months running. # shameless shout out. What, if I say, how do we get us to sponsor our own show? Is that a conflict of interest?
you can ask the marketing director.
No.
I was gonna say, might have to go to our legal team on that one. But either way, we're here to talk about Survivor Series War Games. So we're going to go ahead and move to it. Only 5 matches on the card, 3 championship matches and 2 War Games matches. You see the scoreboard directly above my head. The OTRAs have caught up because I've been stupid over the last couple of rounds and have allowed the OTRAs to catch up with me. Alyssa sitting 4 behind me at 45. We're about to have a cameo from our youngest, who has decided to come join us in our thing. So I guess he's going to sit over here and join us as well. Say hello. He's adorable.
He don't say much.
He doesn't say much. All of a sudden he'll start talking all regal and shit. Like, hey, if that's what gets him started, go for it. But either way, still close enough. With the big 5 and 10 point Royal Rumbles and Elimination Chambers coming up, there's still definitely opportunity for Key and Alyssa to make up the ground, and I better start waking up because I had a pretty decent sized lead a couple of live events ago and have let that slip away.
Oh well.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's shut that off. Pushers. Right in front of the street sweepers. Let me go ahead and shut that off here. Let's move into our first of 5 matches. As I said, everything is either War Games or a championship match, so we're going to handle the 3 championship matches first. The first one is one that really hasn't had much storyline behind it, but ultimately it is a matchup from SmackDown for the United States Championship as the incumbent champion LA Knight.
Yeah.
Will get an opportunity to be able to defend his championship against the newly returning and now war paint wearing Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura has returned with a vengeance. He's been doing a lot of media work and a lot of good ambassador work with WWE overseas, especially trying to set up for WWE's first return back to Japan on the main roster in almost 20 years. As they're trying to hold an event sometime next year at the Tokyo Dome, which can hold almost 100,000 people. So definitely not a light event, but Nakamura has been very instrumental in making that happen. Of course, he wrestled the Great Muta during his retirement tour back on New Year's, and it ended up being one of only 2 losses that Muta took on the entire tour. So that must mean a great amount of respect for Shinsuke. But essentially, he's basically almost used this entire year to take himself off of TV to be a great ambassador for WWE. Now he finally returns back to the fold and goes up against arguably the best U.S. champion, or at least the most popular one we've had in a couple of years.
The best? He
to be debated.
Yeah, that's opinionated. The most popular? Yes. I don't, outside of probably Logan Paul, who everybody hates, or whatever, or likes or loves to hate. There have been some good ones, Cena, for me, was one of them. But
he needs to have another U.S. tour during that farewell run.
I just want his spinny belt. Like the U.S. spinny belt, and I'm fine. But yes. But it's debatable. Interesting that they would go head-to-head. Again, I haven't really seen much about it. I've seen very little, like certain pieces when I'm like looking through YouTube or I'm looking back at the recordings and everything. But where's the build-up?
waving at the cat, everyone.
I like how your baby just sitting in the window, watching everything.
He's muted. Look at him, backing up. Scared. He's outside. He can't get you.
Oh my god.
This tells you what little this match has given so far, because I mean, frankly, that's the idea behind it, is the fact that there's been almost no build-up for this. Now, LA Knight finished up his storyline with Carmelo Hayes and with Andrade. Ultimately, that 7-match series not only did not have a definitive winner, but didn't even lead to one of them winning the title. Knight just ended up walking away from better of both of them, and now they're back to, being at mid-card again. And then seemingly just out of nowhere, oh, look, there's Nakamura. And now he gets a United States Championship match. Now, granted, in storyline, it's because Knight wants the match, and he's like, look, I'll even put the title on the line if that's what it takes for him to accept the match, but at the end of the day, I mean, there's almost no build-up, but you really get the feeling like, is this a situation where Knight maybe has run his course with the United States Championship, or are they just looking a way to build Nakamura back into the fold?
Well, with all respects, they need to do something with Nakamura, because every time we think they're going to do something great with him, because with all honesty, he deserves a push more than the United States title. But if this is a start to, stepping stone to get to the higher, top tier titles, then fine, I'm okay with that for right now. But with everything that he's done over the years that he's been here with WWE, I feel like it's kind of selling him short. Nothing against LA Knight, nothing against the writers, but I feel like you should do more with him. But
I'm about to say, with all due respect, I'm going to keep it 100% with all of you that are watching. Alyssa has not been watching the last few weeks. Alyssa has been through the trenches with Kia, okay?
I was going to say, I will say I've been the one kind of doing my best to keep them up to date as we go along. It's not a shout on the fact that they don't love it. It's just our schedule has been packed.
So these are just going to be kind of gut feelings. I mean, all I'm going to say...
She'll do better as a result, you watch.
Right,
swear to God,
right.
as long as you know. But either way, I'm just thinking, I haven't seen this side of Nakamura. But everything that I've heard is he was a different beast. And if he is a different beast from the previous Nakamura, then the sky is the limit. And I do believe Kia was correct, and they need to give him his flowers, because they have been playing games with this man. And it's time.
So moving to the pick here real quick, I've got the lead, so I go first. To me, I feel like if you're going to build up Nakamura to be that champion, you need to ultimately, push a little bit more storyline on this. So I'm not sure if it'll be by hook or crook or maybe even by DQ, but ultimately I do think LA Knight retains. Alyssa?
Okay, so 5. We'll go safe here. I'm going to pick LA Knight as well.
Okay. Whoops.
I'm sorry.
You made your name bigger. So we'll put
Surprise, Sade.
Now y'all know who she really
I'm
well,
here.
Ultimately it'll be bigger to click if that happens. Kia?
If it's by disqualification, I do see a retention for LA Knight. So that, I hate to say that that's my pick, but...
So you're going to go with Knight as well?
Yes.
Okay.
But here's what's going to happen. We all pulled for Knight, and it's going to be Nakamura that takes it away.
Now, for those of you who've never joined our show, you're aware that, you can be made aware that, of course, as the OTRAs, you have the ability to be able to make your choices. So go to our YouTube channel. Obviously, if you're watching this, non-live, that's where you're already at. But go into our community page, and that's where you can officially place your votes. They go live the moment that the match officially starts, as Zayn now enters the chat.
We have multiple cameos in this episode.
Yeah, I was going to say a lot of cameos. If Landon shows up, then we'll be ready to rock and roll, and some of you have seen and met Landon before. But let's move into match 2 here. I did not need the scoreboard again. I needed the picks. Get this reset here, but we will move into the second match. Again, it's for the other mid-card championship over on Monday Night Raw, and that is the Intercontinental Championship, as we will see a triple threat match between the current champion Bron Breakker and two people that have been thorough thorns in his side, that of the Celtic Warrior Sheamus, as well as the ring general assistant Ludwig Kaiser. Now, Kaiser has been able to get an opportunity thanks to the ring general Gunther getting an opportunity to have his world championship run. The one thing that he has promoted to Kaiser is go prove that you can do this on your own. Go make your own legacy. You don't necessarily need to be following me. It's time for you now to carry your own legacy. And it starts with winning the other gold on Monday Night Raw. So he has been pushing hard to go after the Intercontinental Champion, whether that was Jey Uso during his run or against Bron Breakker during the early part of his second run. And then, of course, Sheamus is continuing to track down the Intercontinental Championship because it is the one piece of gold that is missing from his already Hall of Fame career, where we think that this would be the part that would take him from Hall of Famer to first ballot Hall of Famer. But it's the one piece of gold that he's never won. He's had many opportunities, including 2 separate shots at WrestleMania, but has been unable to win the prestigious Intercontinental Championship. Breakker, of course, ripping out the hearts of all of us as he took the title off of Jey Uso about a month ago and has been holding on to the championship since with an iron grip, basically spearing everything in his path. So we now look at this triple threat rules, so Breakker doesn't have to be involved in the decision to ultimately lose the title. 2 hungry challengers who are both looking for gold with the Intercontinental title for the first time. We'll start with Alyssa on this one, but how are we feeling on this one?
I mean, again, got to give you some context. Have not been watching. But I know, like, the last few episodes that I was able to watch, I saw Ludwig stepping up now. And I could see it.
He's been putting on some good matches as of late. He really has come into his own.
All right, now we're not just over here helping Gunther, huh?
Nope.
Okay, now I see you out here.
He's more than just a pretty accessory for Tiffany Stratton. He's going to make himself, but he's been showing out at the thing, and I think honestly, when they eventually do turn him face at some point, I really do feel like he's going to have a good look.
That's what I said. Yeah, that. But then you've also got the history ability, like with Sheamus. But let's not overlook the actual champion. Like, Breakker don't be playing. And y'all know I've liked Breakker for a little while now. Like, you know, watching him go through NXT, all his evolution. Just, it makes you wonder if he's ready for 2 competitors. But I really don't think I see it really being an issue. That man just runs and he'll just outrun you, honestly. So, we're going to see.
So for, again, because we've been working really hard, so for this ones that I've been able to see, I've gone back for, like, Monday Night Raw and, you know, Friday Night SmackDown, and I've seen, like, the recordings and everything. Ludwig, he's actually doing his thing. Like Alyssa has stated, he's out here doing his thing week after week after week, and it's not like he's now up underneath the coattail of the ring general. He's out here making a name for himself. We already know who he is, but the point of the whole thing is he's doing what needs to be done to put the attention on him, and he's going out here and he's, you know, literally putting on classic, epic matches, at least to me, so it's opinionated because, you know, how much I love this man. But when it comes to Sheamus, I've seen his evolution. Like, from the time he's walked through the doors of WWE all the way up to now, and this man has put on banger after banger after banger after banger.
Banger after banger after banger.
Right? And he's always had a fight.
Unlike y'all when you're on your lunch break in between houses.
Burger after
burger after burger after burger.
What you mean? But also what he didn't have to do with
us. No, really.
Hey, now we're even for earlier.
What'd she do? She didn't do nothing.
By association.
Hope y'all felt that arrow. I'll do it.
And by the way, I hope y'all enjoyed those feet pics. You want anything more than that, you're gonna have to pay up.
Yeah, I better say, just got my feet out here all exposed and junk. They're pedicured. It's fine.
But as far as like Sheamus, seen his evolution, know what he can do. He's a great competitor. He will literally fight anybody. That's the thing. Let's go ahead and just take Ludwig out of it. Okay, nothing against him. We know he can get it, but I want to see just Breakker and Sheamus go head to head, unfettered. Nobody mess with them. I feel like Breakker would be the perfect competitor for Sheamus. But again, for a man his size, for a man Breakker's size, that man moved quick. That man moved fast. I don't know what. I don't know if it's just a generational thing. I don't know if it's just he's got a good workout regimen. I don't know if he's just eating right. I don't.
All of the above.
We gonna say that because this man right here. He be doing it. I'm like, he kind of big to be doing that. But no, let's not say that. I feel like he outworks, in my opinion, when he was NXT outside Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams and probably, whatever, I feel like he outworked everybody all day, every day. And that's not taking anything away from anybody. But he's come to the main roster and nothing has changed. He's calmed down, but he had his shit in order. He's getting his shit in order. He has it. So I feel like with all respect, it's going to be what it's going to be.
All right, well, triple threat rules, IC title on the line. Alyssa, you're up.
Honestly, I was sitting here and y'all saw me looking. I was sitting here looking at it, and I'm like, I don't think Breaker's going to lose it in a triple threat. I could see him losing it one-on-one, because I've seen it before,
Mm-hmm. Jay.
But I like his odds to retain.
So you're going to go with Breaker?
I'm going to go with Breaker.
All right, put that over there. Kia?
With all respect, I mean, Ludwig has stepped up, has done what he needed to do. Sheamus, it's about time for him to retire, so I feel like it is going to be what it's going to be. He's getting up there in age. Let's not lie to ourselves. Okay?
I'm going to read my Peter Cook.
And I feel like Breaker, this is just his moment to shine through and through and through because he's a true star. So I don't see him dropping the title.
Not a 2-star, a true star.
A true star.
I don't see him dropping that title for anyone at any time unless he's going for something better than the title that he's holding, but...
Yeah, I was going to say, I think to have him be the one that ultimately takes the title off of Jey Uso, but then you're going to have him lose it in a triple threat? That doesn't make a ton of sense there.
Right.
So exactly. Or at that point, if you were going to put it on either Sheamus or Ludwig, you could have done the same thing, but then you want to make Ludwig one of the best heels in the game right now, you have him be the one to take advantage of it and take the title off of Jey as a result. So I don't see that
happening. I would have been mad either way, but
Yeah, we were all upset. But I'm going to go Breaker to retain as well. I think that one's going to be one of the easier ones on the card. But, of course, every time we say that, it never pans out that way.
We're going to need to switch up because for 2 now, we all pick the same.
I know. And if that's the case, I win. Well, maybe not against y'all, but the OTRAs.
Okay.
Let's move to the last championship match that's on the card, and that is going to Kaiser's running buddy. That is the ring general Gunther, who will be defending his World Heavyweight Championship in a matchup against the person he won the title off of back at SummerSlam, and that is the former leader of Judgment Day, now his own man, former El Campeon, Damian Priest. Priest has been determined and set to bring an end to this rivalry and story with the Judgment Day, and he now feels that, at least when it comes to his part of the story with the Judgment Day, his victory over Finn Balor at the last PLE brings that story to an end. So he now feels that he's ready to move on to getting back the World Championship that he still to this day frankly feels was stolen from him because of the interference from Judgment Day and the betrayal of Finn Balor. Gunther, on the other hand, has been able to hold the World Heavyweight Championship with an iron fist and has been able to take on all successful challengers, including the Intercontinental Champion at the time, Jey Uso, and even went head-to-head in a solid 30-minute match at Crown Jewel against WWE Champion Cody Rhodes, albeit in defeat. But there was an amount of respect there, and that's something you're seeing more from Gunther as of late, is it seems like he is valuing his position, and while he still takes a great amount of pride in his ability and knowing that he feels he's better than a majority of people, he's not afraid to also get in the ring and show it. Now, Damian Priest has been one person that seems to have Gunther's number as of late and seems to be ahead of him at every turn because Kaiser is now off doing his own thing and Gunther has had to face other distractions such as his match with Cody Rhodes, as well as also maybe starting to feel the pressures of being the world champion. So now we turn to a person who is hungry to win the title back and hungry to say that he did it on his own, no Judgment Day assistance to win it in the first place, no perfect moment of, I won it on a cash-in or anything like that. He wants to be able to prove that he can go over Gunther and win the championship. So now, I hand to y'all. Thoughts on this one?
When it comes to Priest, he has literally, not minus, going back a little ways, he had the help of Rhea before she ended up having her own thing with Liv and Raquel and everything, where they were running straight through the Team U Judgment Day. And
so we're still gonna run with that.
No, it's gonna forever be there, and it's not gonna change. I don't care.
Y'all had a good thing and you did it up.
You really did. Thank you.
That's what I said.
Say it again.
Once more for the people in the back.
You had a good thing going, then you dicked it up.
I mean, you didn't have to change anything. All I'm saying is, Priest has shown that he can have the help of Rhea, but also he's also proven time and time again that he can do it by himself. And to have Priest and Gunther go head to head, I'm actually kind of excited. I want to see where this goes. They're both good competitors, and when you put Gunther on the mic, he's one of the rare few, honestly, in history that could talk shit, and he gonna make you think you can't do it, but when he's trying to give you the motivation, saying you can do it. And the back and forth between these two have been great to see, because Priest has stepped up and has said, "Oh, okay, if that's how you feel, that's fine. Watch me." But Gunther, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. I'm just excited to see it, and we'll go from there. Alyssa.
All I'll say is there was a time when excuse me.
He's trying to get in his 2 cents over there.
There was a time when I could not see Damian Priest being a champion.
I agree. I'm 100% with that as well.
I was like, y'all really gonna put this goofy man in there? But then you saw his evolution. You saw him grow. You saw him make himself relatable to people. You started going through the promos where, he's trash, and everything like that. And it's just like, you have made him into one of the most relatable champions that you have, and then you had him lose. So when it comes to this rematch, or how do we classify that?
Well, Priest had to win a Fatal 4-Way in order to get this match in the first place. So, he definitely had to earn his match back.
So to see him come back, now you have to wonder, okay, he feels like he's in the clear from Judgment Day because he got his leg over... What's his name? Finn. That's right. Sorry, y'all. I'm tired.
It's not memorable. It's okay.
World Tag Team Champion, Finn.
Anyway, have they defended yet?
Twice.
Oh, okay.
Only twice in 150 days.
Congratulations.
What? Okay, you know what? Kia, shut up.
I'm talking about we leave for a month, and here we go. Oh, we can defend now.
Right.
Guess what went on this leave. But anyway. But no. I mean, you wonder if... You just wonder if they're going to be okay with that, or if they're just going to play the same little flimsy, tired card of, let me just go run interference.
Well, I was going to say, Finn, you saw, you didn't see it, but on Raw, I mean, he still was like, I cannot believe Damian is getting another shot at the world title, so you can clearly tell he's still in Finn's head. Yeah. So it is what it is, but we move to the official picks now. So, Kia, you're up first on this one.
I'm going to say Gunther retains. I'm sorry, Priest. I really am. But it's Gunther. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, in my opinion. That's where I'm headed.
Head heart pick for me, real simple. Heart goes with Damian. Smart betting man goes with Gunther. I'm going Gunther to retain.
If the person who is in the lead and also has been watching says Gunther's gonna win, Alyssa has to kind of be smart here. Sorry. I like Damian, I really do. But between Judgment Day always putting their foot where it don't belong, and Gunther being the man and champion that he has been.
And imagine, that was a light slap to us. Wait till it comes from someone else.
I got to say, I'm going to go with Gunther. I just don't see him losing until, he's going to lose on a big stage.
Survivor Series is one of the big four. So.
I was about to say, bigger. I'm thinking Mania. Because you can't just have Gunther lose off.
But then, of course, the question is who's the one who takes it off of him, because they already had Sami who already beat him. He's already, at this point, basically retained the title over everybody that has beaten him up to this point. So it'll definitely be interesting to see how they choose to play it out.
Yeah.
Either way, 2 matches to go on our card here. Kia has gone to give the little one a little bit of break away from here, so that way he can enjoy his shows while we finish up ours. 2 to go. And we are now at this stage ready to enter War Games. I don't have the voice to do it right now because I am full and want to save my voice for a little bit later. We're going to see Wicked after this, so we're looking forward to doing that. Right! She can sing.
I'm just playing.
She can sing.
That
I
was a
can't.
fucking joke. No, not too much of me. Anyway.
But let's move into the first one. We are going to begin with the Women's War Games match, which has been basically with, I would argue, the lone exception being Candice LeRae. I would argue that these have been the 9 women that have been carrying the main roster for this year, except, of course, you're basically changing out Candice LeRae with Jade Cargill. But for the most part, this has been essentially the best women that have been on your roster up to this point. And now you have an opportunity to be able to see them go into essentially Hellfire with War Games. You have on one side the heel team, which will be Team Liv. That is the Women's World Champion Liv Morgan, the WWE Women's Champion and Nia Jax, who ironically went head-to-head with each other just a couple of weeks ago with Liv going over victorious. You have Miss Money in the Bank, Tiffany Stratton, with 2 champions sitting in the ring inside of War Games. Wonder if there might be something special there.
Are you ever gonna cash in?
Well, I tell you one thing. All of a sudden somebody gets laid out during War Games. You just might see it.
Are you ever gonna cash in?
And then you have the new enforcer of Judgment Day in Raquel Rodriguez. And then you add in the helper of Candice LeRae, who has been assisting Tiffany and Nia over on SmackDown. Their opponents on the other side is essentially team, I don't know, whatever you want to call them, Rhea Est or something. But it is one half of the women's tag champs in Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Naomi, and now Bayley as part of their team, with Jade Cargill getting laid out by an unknown assailant and getting thrown through a car. For those who aren't aware, in real life, she's got a real bad neck injury, so she's going to miss 3 months if she works it right, but she could potentially miss up to a year. So what they're going to do with the women's tag titles, I don't know. I'm sure that'll be addressed after this is over. But this is in War Games style. 2 people start. Team Bianca does have the War Games advantage, so they will get the extra person during each of these rounds because of Bianca's win over Nia Jax with Bayley's assistance on Raw.
I saw that.
So now it'll be curious to see, but, I mean, again, it's going to go at least 40 minutes. Both matches will, because you've got 5 minutes in between each person. So it's definitely going to be a match of attrition and just who can be the one to hit those big moves. A lot of good people in this match that have War Games experience, and then a couple of newcomers entering as well, such as, Candice did it in NXT. Tiffany's never been in War Games. Naomi's never been in War Games. But Rhea, Io, Bianca, they're veterans of this. So
I feel like you have an interesting team when it comes to Bayley, Bianca, Io.
I'm talking about beef out behind.
Right.
Both sides have a lot of folks that don't really trust each other.
Yeah. Let's just talk about the one side where, like, you think Io and Bayley were going at it for a little bit, and then that just kind of flipped the script. And then you have Bayley, who Bianca just didn't trust and or like, anyway. And now you got them all on one team. I want to see how that's going to play out. Is it going to be, okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to, put our differences aside, come together, and squash the other side, which, now on the other side, that to me, I don't...
Well, if you look at the champions side, you're looking at the possibility that you've got both champions on the same team after they just went head-to-head 3 weeks ago, and you also have Miss Money in the Bank sitting in there on your team, but understanding that she wants to be world champion. And when are these women going to be more tired than right now?
Oh, that is it.
So if anything, Tiffany, assuming she's got anything left in the tank when this match is over, it's going to be interesting to see if this is possibly cash-in territory. And on Bianca's team, you're still wondering who attacked Jade. Because, of course, the fingers are being squarely pointed at people like Liv and Raquel and Nia. But also, is it someone within your own party? Of course, they've already been hearing the term pulling a Dakota, which, of course, from the infamous War Games moment where Dakota turned on Tegan Nox, putting her team not down one person, but down 2 people.
I'll never forget that.
And Rhea and Bianca and Io still won.
Right?
I was going to say they still won. I ain't worried about it. Anyway.
Wait, they back on the same team?
Yep.
Wow. Mm-hmm. History and, time.
Also, there have been a lot of people talking about possibly Kairi. Because Kairi's pissed off because she didn't end up on the War Games team.
And they tried to bring in, he still didn't make it.
Exactly. Alyssa, you're the only one. We got about a minute left before we pick here, but, And he still couldn't make it.
You still didn't make it.
Damn. Your partner did, but you didn't.
Either way, in all seriousness, I don't care who's on the other side. I don't care if you're a champion or what you are. Going against Rhea, Bianca, and Io,
You don't stand a chance.
you can put whoever you want over there. I don't care.
So basically, Bayley and Naomi can just stand there.
I mean,
I didn't say all that.
I'm not saying they could just stand there, but I'm saying with Rhea and Bianca, you only have to put them two on one team. I don't care who's on the rest of it. Like, those two, I trust them.
Well, this is where I get my moment. In about 2 minutes, they're going to get theirs. I get Liv, Bianca, and Naomi in a cage. I mean, come on. You're about to get the whole damn Samoan dynasty here in a couple of minutes. So, y'all can... Because we all have seen that viral picture of a very oiled up Roman Reigns with his hair wet in the cage by himself.
You want Flat Frito over there? I get Bianca and Naomi. But Flat Frito, Liv Morgan, really?
To each their own.
Okay, fine.
Either way, my pick. See, War Games is so unpredictable because you look at that match and you're like, it's really just going to be a matter of which team is going to be the one that hits the big moves. It is a match where the champions' titles are not on the line, at least not during War Games anyway. So you do face the possibility that, they can lose or potentially be pinned. You have someone like a Candice LeRae who has not really been in a fold like this, but then you also have Naomi on the other side who doesn't have any previous War Game experience either. I am going to go, however, with the face team. I don't know, I think that they will find a way to hold it together because there's just simply, there's more experience on that team in War Games. When you add in Bayley, Bianca, Rhea, and Io, I think that will cancel out Naomi's lack of experience in a match such as this. Also, Naomi has all the work set that she could possibly thrive in a match like this.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they'll find a way to hold it all together, and I'm going to say it now. Watch for a Tiffany cash-in when it's over. Alyssa?
I, too, will be taking the face team. It makes the most sense. And like I said, you got two of my three locks on that team. It just makes sense to me. I'm so sorry.
Or not. Or you're not sorry. Kia?
I'm going to go ahead and take the face team. And the reason I say that is because...
This hasn't been very fun and full of picks, but I mean, we're all on the same page.
I'm thinking about what I know. I haven't been watching, so
you have to think. Liv tried to take out Rhea, and every time Liv tries to take out Rhea comes back, and she comes back in beast mode. Baby came back with
she's going to War Games in a face mask,
in a Cody Rhodes nose mask, or JC Jane, whatever. But she's coming back, and she's like. She comes down, walks with purpose, gets in that rings, and screams War Games before. And if you don't see it coming, Liv, you stupid and brainless.
You're sitting here thinking, okay, she has you're thinking she's got a broken nose. Whack!
Right,
Anyway.
damn. Like, you don't see that shit coming? Calm down.
I'm congested as hell.
But I'm going to pick the team because you have to think, all my favorite people. I love Bayley.
Fighting for my life.
I love Naomi. I love Rhea. I love Bianca. And, I've been a big fan of Io. So for me, it's going to be the face team. Now, I need y'all to be able to work together despite y'all's differences. And I need y'all to pull out this win because I can't lose.
You absolutely can, but you know.
Yeah, I really don't want to,
Yeah.
And... like I said, War Games is definitely just I've said it already, a war of attrition. It really is just an opportunity for a lot of people who are mad at a lot of other people to beat up on each other without really having a major time limit on it. So have fun and enjoy it while you're in there. But it definitely is a unique matchup unlike any other. Let's move into what we believe will be the main event, and I'll be shocked if it's not. But this is where we're going to basically put the Samoan dynasty with adding in a person or two into cages as well. You can hear the ladies growling at some point. She's too busy. Alyssa's over there remembering oiled up Roman in the cage.
It's been a long time, y'all.
Well, I'm about to say about to happen again, but as the two respective bloodlines, the OG bloodline and the new bloodline, will now finally have an opportunity to put this to rest once and for all inside of War Games. Roman Reigns, since his return at SummerSlam, has been on a vengeance path to get back his Ulafala and attempt to try to get back the title of Tribal Chief. He was able to convince the Usos to reunite with him again, despite the fact that Jay says, like, look, I'm my own man now. You're going to leave me be. I'm going to handle my business. But at the same time, I have no problem fighting the wars of the family because I want the family to be united back together again. Meanwhile, Solo continues to stand on the side of, I see a new future for all of us, and I see a future that has Roman and the Usos and the others with me, but they're going to be under my leadership, not under Roman's.
Anyway.
So it really just comes down to how you felt about Roman in his reign versus Solo in his. But now you've got Roman determined once and for all to take his OG bloodline, including the return of Sami Uso, and also now adding in the wild card to all of this, the return of the wise man Paul Heyman and his absolute Paul Heyman guy in CM Punk joining Team OG Bloodline to take on the 4 members of Solo's bloodline, the Tonga brothers, Jacob Fatu, and adding in Big Bronson Reed to his bloodline as well. Can you imagine putting him and Jacob Fatu? No, they have 5.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, now they counted Bronson as 2.
No.
Crazy.
So, I mean, there's going to be a lot of, as Big E would say, a lot of big men slapping meat.
Yep.
There's going to be a lot of meat in this match, and Alyssa going to be over there like a damn Slytherin. We've been on a Harry Potter kick as of late. Ladies, please take it from here. I've talked enough.
Okay, thank you. Let's go ahead and put it out there. Roman, in my opinion, and now you have to understand I'm a Cody girl, but when it comes to a match of this magnitude, Roman, in my opinion, has never lost the title of Tribal Chief. Anything, he's the original, the only one who's Tribal Chief, and he never really truly lost his Ulafala. I say the one that Solo's got on, that's a replica, because Roman still got it somewhere, and it's going to be what it's going to be. I am glad that Roman has the Usos and Sami, and it's interesting to see Punk in the fold. Also, let's go ahead and put it out there. I got really excited when I heard Paul Heyman, because we know Roman's been trying to reach out to him for a long time. And we also know that Roman still heard him, even if he wasn't there, in his ear, giving him wisdom, giving him words, trying to encourage him.
You could see it in his entrance. Like, he still would look down and would still look at where
Exactly.
Paul was. You can tell he missed him.
But I also like the fact that Jay went ahead and said, we're going to do this as a family. I'm my own person. It's going to be what it's going to be. I'm glad to see the Usos back together. I'm glad to see the brothers back together. I'm glad to see Sami Uso. Let's hope they're all Usi and everything, and let's make this match work. But in all respect, it's going to be interesting. Are they going to be able to all work together, knowing that I get Jimmy, Jay, Sami, they've worked together before. Paul's been there before. But now you're adding an additional member because Seth didn't want to step up to do it. You're putting CM Punk in there. How is that going to work? How are they going to work knowing that they've never really worked together like that? If anything, Punk's done his own thing and everybody else has done their own thing.
And let's call it what it is. Okay, Punk's doing this because Paul asked him to.
Yeah.
And Punk has always been a guy who won't pull any punches on it, in or out of storyline. Like, Paul Heyman asked me for something, I'm in.
Yep.
Discussion's over. Yep. Like, he is his ride or die.
Yep.
So it's interesting to see, how Punk is going to do things. Because, again, remember, also, Punk is the one person who really has no beef with Roman from his reign, from his long Universal title reign, because he wasn't here.
Yeah.
So he's like the one person that Roman could get on his team that has no reason to hate the guy, and the one thing that Punk would want, which is the WWE Championship, Roman doesn't have at the moment. Or the World Heavyweight title, he doesn't have at the moment, and he doesn't care about being the Tribal Chief. So, at the end of the day, this is just a business decision for CM Punk.
All I'm going to say is I can't be the only one who noticed the shift.
Which one?
Paul Heyman, every time he comes over Roman Reigns, is always wearing a formal suit. Full blown, head to toe, got the tie. Look, all I know is he came out with his little blazer and red shirt and little red handkerchief, just like Solo.
She sounds concerned.
I'm not speaking that into existence. But I saw it and I said,
"Oh shit, she's right."
The shirt and the little pocket handkerchief match Solo's perfectly.
I mean, but also in the same breath, the last thing that he did before he left was take me with you and got thrown through a table. So unless you over
I was
here,
going to say, how on earth are you going to be
unless you over here dipping and diving like a damn fish?
How are you going to sit here and and
Right.
like take a power bomb through a table?
All to sell it?
Oh,
I mean,
so
with
that
all
way
due
I'm
respect, he went back to Brock Lesnar to sell it for Roman. So I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility.
Well, also, that's the other question is, this really begs that question because we talked about for the longest time when Solo was working for Roman, we talked about, is he Roman's protector or is he the tribal chief's protector? And we're like, well, we won't know that until Roman loses the title of tribal chief. And now you wonder, so is this going to be a situation where is he the wise man for Roman Reigns or is he the tribal chief's wise man? And we'll find that out, when it comes to Heyman as we go along, because maybe that is a task that he has been given by the Samoan family that he is supposed to be the tribal chief or the wise man for the tribal chief, which right now is shown by the family as Solo Sikoa, not Roman Reigns.
Oh no.
So it'll be interesting to see how this goes.
But let's not forget, in the background, we still have a missing piece that's not front and center in the final boss and The Rock. How do you know he's not calling the orders from higher up? Just because Cody's not there don't mean he's not. That's where my mindset sits or whatever.
It definitely, you still wonder what role he's going to play after showing up here in Atlanta about 2 months ago and sitting here telling Cody, 3 times, but also looking right at Roman too. That means something's in the mix of, saying like, look, we don't know if it's Cody, is it Roman, is it both? But obviously, there's something to be said about, what The Rock's interference and, part in all of this is going to be. And is this maybe where he shows himself again? But let's move to the picks. I don't think Alyssa's going to need too long on this one. But by all means, let's make it official.
I was going to say,
let's go ahead and slide that over here.
All I'm going to say is Solo and them have been doing their thing or whatever. Y'all have had us in the first half. But Delulu will always be the Salulu, babe. Like, hello?
Upside down?
Hello?
Oh, no, it's not.
Right side up?
Hello?
That's right.
I'm a ride or die with my baby daddy that doesn't know me. But it's Delulu. It's the Salulu. So we're going to be Delulu all the way to the Salulu is correct. So, OG Bloodline? Hello?
Team OG.
And Punk? You got that.
Like plus Punk. Like plus Punk.
Plus Punk?
Yeah.
Kia?
You got the Usos back together. You got Brother Sami over there. You got
Brother
Paul.
Sami as well.
I know. You got Paul. You got CM Punk. I don't see where we could go wrong.
He has a Sami Uso shirt now.
Yeah,
Come on. It's what he always wanted to be. He always wanted to be an Uso.
I got the honorary Uso shirt, so.
Exactly. So I'm just saying, I don't see it going wrong. I feel like the family is back together, including Punk to a degree. I don't see it going well for the Timu
Bloodline.
Excuse me, no. The wish list version of the Bloodline. That's it. They are not memorable. They are not. I'm sorry.
I mean, they've been doing a big one.
Right, but
And I'm gonna go ahead and go with the OG Bloodline as well. Because I think you have to have Roman's team win this match. Not necessarily because it is the right move, but because at Crown Jewel you had Solo's team shock everybody by beating the reunited team of Roman and the Usos, and not just that, but having Roman be the one to take the pin. If that happens again in War Games, at this stage Solo will have proven not once but twice that he can reunite a familial team better than Roman Reigns can. And now at this point, you figure this is all of the weapons that Roman used to have his, 1,300 plus day reign as champion. Which means if this team is not good enough to be able to conquer Solo's team, Roman might be out of answers at that stage, because at this stage, what claim can you now have to the Ulafala if you lose to Solo in multi-man matches with basically your hand-picked team not once but twice in a period of a month? So War Games is going to hopefully, because I think the only thing that both sides can agree on, and it may be the only thing, this has to end here. This has to be done in terms of the family fighting. At this point, the winner is the better family, better showing of the tribal chief. At that point, if Roman wins, then fine, Roman and Solo at that point can maybe head on to, tribal combat or whatever you want to call it to decide the Ula Fala, very similar to what Jay and Roman did a couple of years ago.
Let's put it like this. You took the title off of Jey Uso for this to be a storyline. So if this doesn't happen, then you pretty much not only just screwed
Roman. You did it
Roman,
for nothing.
You not only just screwed Roman, Jimmy, and the rest of the family, you also screwed Jay, too, which he could have kept that title and kept it pushing. And you also think, after seeing Sami, and you thought Sami, I feel like Sami was getting intel, but you sat here and saw Sami talking to Solo, and then to see that shift, to see that turn, I knew better. We all knew better.
And one thing I'm going to add, too, as we wrap this up, though, is the evolution of Bronson Reed over this year. Bronson Reed has no business being in this match in January. He has no business being in any type of storyline, and now here he is in the biggest story that WWE has at the moment and has had for years now. I mean, they're running on 5 years with a Bloodline storyline at this point with no end in sight. And now Bronson has now found his way into the fold of that particular story. What an evolution by him for being able to put himself in a position to where now he is such a favorable person and such a favorable character that, he would align himself. And also, how about the petty from Seth Rollins, a name we haven't mentioned in 49 minutes, by saying, I hate Roman Reigns so much that I don't even want to go get my revenge against Bronson, even though I could get in War Games to get my hands on him. I hate Roman Reigns that much. I'll let my beef with Bronson go
for now
to not have to deal with
Roman.
Would not have to deal with Roman.
I like how he put that out there, had no hesitation, had no qualms, no nothing. Even if we look back at the long historic history that they've had, and he said what he had to say, and he said that shit with his chest, and he meant what he said.
If you haven't seen the Twitter back and forth, make sure you take the time to go look at that, because they have a nice little run where he's like, I still think you should give Seth one more call. Sami said, I still think you should call Seth one more time, and Seth responded at the bottom of it going, nope. It was a very good back and forth between them all, but we're all going OG Bloodline, which means we're all going the same for all 5 matches. So I hate the fact that there's no animosity to this one, but also it's like we like who we like, and we go from there.
I'm not apologizing for it.
Exactly. Well, one more thing to discuss, and then we're going to let you be here because we're ready to head to the movie here in just a few minutes because we got about an hour-ish before it starts. But first of all, we hope you all have had a happy Thanksgiving. We put our message online, but we hope that everyone has had a wonderful day. And of course, we're getting ready to step into December. Not only is that holiday season, but it is also time for the OTRA Awards. And this year we get a little bit of a special treat, as for the first time officially in our 3rd annual one, the Mania Club has officially honored us with being the official award show for Mania Club this upcoming year.
Woo, woo.
So thank you so much to the powers that be. I'm hearing it was a either nearly or was a unanimous vote. I'm hopeful that, we're here, but it's not something that, everybody gets. You have to be honored with that opportunity, and we're blessed with the opportunity to be able to represent the Mania Club with our votes as well. So you're going to see a lot more publicity in terms of our show, but also at the same time, hopefully a more productive feel and hopefully a very good look. So, no pressure on us, but at the same time, also, a chance to take the OTRA Awards and make them even bigger. And, it's because of the followers and the people that we have here, as well as, the work that we put in and the fan following that we have, is the reason we get this opportunity over, a number of other people who have great shows. We were up against people like Tantalizing Tony. We were up against people, a number of people who have podcasts, those wrestling girls, etc. All of them wanting an opportunity to be able to do this, and we were the ones that were picked to get an opportunity to do the end of year award show with the hopeful goal that, we'll do a good job, and it'll be like the Oscars where we can just keep doing it every year. I mean, we're going to do it every year anyway. The question is, will Mania Club be involved?
Yeah.
But a special twist this year, so we're definitely honored about that. But either way, parting words before we grab our popcorn bucket and go sing for a little while.
Even though they told us not to.
We're gonna sing.
Wishing everybody a happy Thanksgiving. If y'all are anything like me, y'all caught the itis and went to sleep for a little bit and then got
You
up.
ain't kidding.
But I'm excited for the movie. I've watched no spoilers, seen no spoilers, nothing.
I've listened to one song. It's a good song.
I'm excited about the movie. I really am. So y'all have a good night. Alyssa?
Sorry, I had to
My
mental brain had to stop. Like I told you, I have little stop sign people in there. I had to stop myself. I was about to go wild. Either way, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed time with your families and, ate some good food, caught itis. If you know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And just hope you guys stay warm because, Lord, it's been cold. I'm cold now.
Oh, you heard that?
That was my kneecap.
I'm
That's
sorry.
how you know I've been working hard.
Snap, crackle, and
I thought it
pop.
was your ankle.
No, that was my kneecap.
Oh, damn.
But either way, in all
Okay.
seriousness, enjoy your evening. Be safe. Stay warm. And it's PLE time.
Cool. We'll catch you. Hey, join us Saturday. We'll see you for Survivor Series War Games.
Bye.